I think it's time for us to go right back on up, shall we? Now, where the heck are we? How's our inventory space doing? Good. Took care of that. Looks like everything's fine. Hello, hello. That's right, we've unlocked the dead trenches. So let's go back to Orzammar to empty out our inventoire. And then continue on. There we go. Go back to the dead trenches. Unfortunately, of course, we have a long way to walk. Oh, yes. It's been terribly, terribly long. I might. You know what?
I'm only asking because you never know who's going to get hungry.
Sir, are you alright?
Oh,
No,
except
yeah.
when forging, then I...
Oops. I closed your shop very
only
quickly.
asking. Right.
It's like, oops, accidentally sold that instantly. My bad. Screw it. I'ma go.
All right.
Howdy. Hey diddly how diddly do diddly.
Why do you occasionally refer to Alistair as a little pike twirler?
Why? Is a little pike twirler taking offense?
It's just a curious description.
Curious? It's entirely true. What, you haven't seen him twirling his pike? Goes at it when he thinks no one's watching. Knocks about in the trees like there's no tomorrow. Caught him just the other day. Blushed all the way down to his navel. Then couldn't find his shirt. I swear he's gonna hurt himself one of these days. The way he works that thing.
I don't want to hear this anymore, do I?
I keep telling him pikes are for sticking things at long range, aye? Horses and such. Not for twirling like a sissy girl.
Wait, you're talking about an actual pike? Like a spear?
Obviously. What else would I be talking about?
I can't imagine.
Obviously, I'm talking about a spear. What else would I be referring to, twirling your little pike around? At night, behind the trees.
Heard about all those mages in Lake Callanhard. They have been turned into a pack of demons.
Boop, 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 boop. For anyone who's interested, Gearbox has officially announced that they are working on the next Borderlands game. Apparently, Randy was trying to keep it a secret, but they're really, really bad at that. Obviously, the next Mass Effect is being worked
I can do
on.
for you. I'm sure you'll be.
And let's see, what else? Oh yeah. They were talking about the upcoming, 4. The next game for this, and they're like, yeah, it's taking us a lot longer because we want to make sure it's done well, and also there was like 700 voice actors or something like that. I don't remember, but there's like thousands of lines that they have to record and shit and like that, and they're like, it's gonna take a while. Sorry. How did you think the trailer for Borderlands looks? Because every trailer I have seen has made me just, it doesn't look good at all to me. I think it does a fairly poor service to Borderlands as a game. personally.
You will have the best equipped army Ferelden has ever seen.
Are you sure I can't?
I may be.
I'm
I mean, obviously, also, you have to factor in the fact that a lot of aspects of Borderlands aren't going to translate well at all into a movie. So, I know a lot of Borderlands is gonna have to be... like, they're gonna have to take their own way for it, but I haven't liked what I've seen of it. I also didn't think Kevin Hart was a good person to play for Roland, the super serious, stoic individual, when Kevin Hart is a not super serious and stoic individual. But, I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe the actual movie actually pulls it all off. I don't know. Of course. I think I had like one or two fairly specific issues I had with The Last of Us. I can't even remember, because I don't remember even talking about it. Not that I'm saying I didn't, because I remember I did. I just don't remember what. I think it was casting issues. My issues is with the story and a bunch of other things, so. But, whatever. It's not a movie for me. I hope you enjoy it, though, whenever it comes out. Makes sense. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's what I remember, at least. But I still think the movie would be, or the show would be good. At least I don't recall thinking that the show would be bad because of that. Just, I had issues with those few specific things. Because for me, the Borderlands issue is more over kind of everything with it.
Here we go.
That was significantly louder than I was expecting. Thank you.
Let them believe they hold us here. When the throne is settled, we'll beat them to their vile birth.
And so I
Nothing
shall.
grounds.
As you
Right.
desire. All right.
I still think there probably were, I don't know. Meh.
Delighted.
A Trasvala, Grey Warden. I've never seen one of your kind in the deep roads.
A Trasvala. And yeah, you don't seem surprised, good sir.
Has going topside let you forget the Legion of the Dead? We abandon our lives to be free of fear and hopeful blindness. The coming blight is obvious to us. The surprise is not that you have come, but that you have come in so small a number. What do you want here, Warden?
I'm Malir, and I'm looking for allies.
The Darkspawn squat in our tunnels between blights. Why would you pull us away from our defense? Give me a good dwarven reason.
I need to find Paragon Branca.
Who put this dull idea in your head? We got other things to worry about in Orzammar. Ah, now I see. The Deep Lords in the Assembly can't make up their minds, so the Pretenders need added influence. I get that right?
That's about it.
Warden, you've got your work cut out for you. Paragon Branca is dead, everyone with sense knows it. Past our line, the Darkspawn kill everything.
Why hold back?
I'd gladly lead an assault through the dead trenches, but without an ass in the throne, we have no orders. I won't take fool's gold from a pretender. You want to go digging blind? You go right ahead.
I will say one last thing, though, on the Borderlands. I hope it goes well, because I want to see more video game adaptations into TV shows or movies. But the few trailers I've seen, which trailers aren't always indicative of the actual movies, but the few I have seen just, I don't know, do a disservice to what Borderlands itself is. Which, again, would be hard to do anyway, but who knows what the rest of the, 2+ hours of movie is compared to a 2-minute trailer, so. Anyway, back to the game.
Wondering what your life would be like if you'd stayed in Orzammar? Few others of our kind would have you. We accept anyone, and are revered in advance as heroes who have and will die in glorious battle.
Glorious
Even murderers.
battle. I'm no murderer, I did what I
The
had
Legion knows those words well. It's a song of the recruit hoping for a way back to caste or honor. They get their head out of the smoke and accept their fate. Or the stone takes them.
You should be more concerned about the upcoming blight.
Why? The other kingdoms only care when the Darkspawn march in the light. But they are always here. Always pushing. You lived here, you know. Blights take so long because we keep Darkspawn in check. A surge on the surface would reduce the pressure on us. When the time comes, I'll care for a good dwarven reason. Sod the rest.
Ever heard of the Anvil or the Void?
Like dusters, I've heard of respect. Never seen it. And if it exists, it wasn't meant for me. But if you're looking for paragons, you may as well look for the Anvil. And endless lyrium.
Alright.
Let us know if you find any paragons. You're as likely to find a dozen as one. And Warden, watch yourself. Drunks make poor allies.
I think that was a slam on you, Ogren. He's like, "Rawr."
You thought that
Desire.
you forced our hand.
This is a place we're gonna get a lot of, dark spawns. Spawning darkness.
Make him brave.
Delighted.
Easy.
Enough!
While I do my happy dance.
Nice.
All right. Of course.
Lyrium.
And so I shall.
Chest. There we go, north. Yo, what's up, Cardle? Thanks for the help. Do do do.
Of course.
Oh, you a bloody one, bastard!
I think. Right.
Poor bastard!
Simple and clean.
Of course. As you desire. I'm for darkspawn, I see.
You forced our hand!
Sarcophagi.
All right. And so I shall.
Boots of the Legion, the Dead Caster, ba-da-la-ba-ba-ba, bottom. Blah, blah. Okay.
Yes?
And so I shall.
I keep meaning to actually look up how to hit all of these different things. I mean, you fully mastered two-hand. And you use an axe. I'll just ignore it for now. I'll look into that shit later.
Trap right ahead. Right ahead. Make a preserver. Here comes trouble. This is annoying.
Desire. And so I shall.
Make a preserver. You forced our hand. Make a preserver.
And so I shall.
Boom, 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 boom.
As you desire.
That looks like the correct way to go.
Let's make this quick. I never liked this part. All right, that one it is then. Make a preserver. Oh, lovely.
Lop this top off.
Here I am.
Of course. As you desire.
Alright, that's everything right there. Let's just say the upcoming boss is a bit, disturbing looking. That is all.
It appears we will need to fight the Blight one at a time.
Time to get messy.
Desire.
Comes to this, doesn't it?
Armor of the Legion. All that would be left would be the Helm of the Legion, so...
As you desire. Delighted.
Oh, also apparently the devs for Dragon Age Veilguard,
They beat us and need some from meat.
they admitted that there is no correct storyline throughout the Dragon Age world. So no matter how you end this game, be it, you know, like, you know, the warden in the first game, who is going to be referenced in the second and third game, does not matter who you are, you know, human, elf, dwarf, doesn't matter who gets put on the throne, does not matter how the Blight is ended, we'll get to that later. In the second game, it does not matter if you supported the Templars or if you supported the mages. In the third game, it does not depend on how things end up at the end. Now, I'm curious how that happens. Did they actually create a game where the ending of the story changes? Did BioWare do what they failed to do in 3, where your choices actually made a different outcome? Or are they gonna have you...
Turn, and it's another girl's turn.
And it's just
6 days.
a red pill or a blue pill.
Here in our dreams.
And then when the backlash appears, you create a third option.
7th day, she grew as in her mouth a spew.
For those who don't know, Mass Effect 3 had a, originally had two choices for the ending. Red path or blue path. People were very unhappy at that.
All right.
So they added a third path. The green path. Which was a lot better, but 1, should have been in the game originally. And 2, it still had a lot of shortcomings for what the game was promoting the whole time.
Let's make this quick.
Which is, of course, unfortunate, but... oh well. Not much you can do about it. Towards the end. Oh, there's the second
Ask
one.
away.
Of
You
course.
win. I need to put that in your tactics. We've now helped win quite a bit, so that she can win no matter what. Okay. Sorry, not sorry.
Eighth day we hated as she is violated. 9th day she grins and devours her kin.
Of course.
Now she does feast, as she's become the beast.
Delighted.
Delighted.
First day they come and catch everyone. Second day, they beat us and eat some from meat. Third day, the men are all gnawed on again. Fourth day, we wait and fear. What is this? Someone new? Impossible. Feeding time brings only kin and clan. I am cruel to myself. You are a dream of strangers' faces and open doors.
Examine her closely. She appears to be suffering from a high fever. Her skin is pale and covered in dark splotches.
First day they come and catch everyone.
Is this darkspawn corruption? It looks different.
Corruption. The men did that. Their wounds festered and their minds left. They are like dogs, marched ahead, the first to die. Not us, not me, not Laren. We are not cut. We are fed. Friends, and flesh, and blood, and bile, and all I could do was wish Laren went first. I wished it upon her so that I would be spared. But I had to watch. I had to see the change. How do you endure that? How did Branka endure?
Are you from Branka's house?
Do not talk of Branka, of what she did. Ancestors preserve us. Forgive me. I was her captain, and I didn't stop her. Her lover, and I could not turn her. Forgive her. But no, she cannot be forgiven. Not for what she did. Not for what she has become.
What did she do, Hesvith? What did Branka do?
I will not speak of her, of what she did, of what we have become. I will not turn. I will not become what I have seen. Not Laren, not Branka.
What happened here? Branka has to explain this. She has to.
Branka! Got some bad news for you, Algren.
Of course.
Don't think you're gonna want to hear her explanation.
She became obsessed. That is the word, but it is not strong enough. Blessed stone, there was nothing left in her but the anvil.
Delighted.
Don't hit my dog!
Excellent.
Bitch.
All right.
Let's see. Ah, can't do that one yet. I see.
We tried to escape, but they found us.
Of course.
They took us all.
Turn us.
desire.
Bunamar. I thought it would have fallen into dust by now.
Halt! The noise and bother.
You should run while you can. Be careful! I never liked this fight.
Alright. Did I miss the shield? I did. Where was that then? It's the Legion.
As you desire.
I'm missing something.
The men, they kill. They're merciful. The women, they want to touch, to move. They took Laren. They made her eat the others, our friends.
Of course.
She tore off her husband's face and drank his blood.
Delighted.
And while she ate, she grew. She swelled and turned gray. And she smelled like them. They remade her in their image. And she made more of them.
Let's see. I gotta look for this. Where is Shield of the Legion? I had to buy it from Rock. Finish that quest line. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to go back to Ruck's Cave anyway at some point, so...
And so I shall. As you desire. And so I shall.
I said it once. Here's a horrific looking boss.
Is that all you got? Alright, battle it is then.
I will not allow it.
Here comes trouble. I'll try to be merciful. I never liked this.
Oh, the dog can't join. Rip.
Delighted. What's this? Time to
Try not to look too incompetent.
Oh, Wynn got it. Good job, Wynn.
Got him.
That's where they come from. That's why they hate us. That's why they need us. That's why they take us. That's why they feed us. But the true abomination is not that it occurred, but that it was allowed. Branka, my love. The stone has punished me, dream friend. I am dying of something worse than death.
Dream friend.
Betrayal.
So, what do you think of that,
Too
Ogren?
many sodding tracks here. Some must belong to those thick-boot legionnaires, but we'll probably run into more darkspawn soon. Still, you seem to be holding up.
Thanks.
Just don't expect me to kill everything and cover your ass too when the real fighting starts.
Yep.
I can't believe she led the whole house through here. It's impossible to defend a group that size. Stupid idea. But she must have had a reason.
Was Bronco really that smart?
Sometimes it frightened me just listening to her think out loud. Made me feel like a child trying to understand an adult conversation.
Have you seen any sign of her yet?
Aye, we're definitely on the right track. I can see she marked some of the walls. Had a lodestone she always used when she was in the deeps. Like to mark the walls every few hours to make sure she was on the right path. Little hard to see against all the other marks there, but they're hers, sure enough.
Sure enough. You still respect it, don't you?
You'll see when you meet her. It's impossible not to. Best mind Orzamar's seen in centuries. She's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Alright, let's kill some Darkspawn.
My thoughts exactly.
My thoughts exactly. Alright. Good lord. Sir. No. Nothing there. Yeah, it's quaint. Quaint.
As you desire.
And that takes us to our ultimate goal. Where's Rock again? Or Tantaig. He's over here. Ugh. We got two things to do here. We gotta drop off the warrior's grave stuff. And then, I mean, the nice thing is there shouldn't be any enemies remaining in this area, so assuming we did a good job clearing everything, it'll just be a nice little walk through the park. Topsiders honor. I freaking love Malir's weapons look. Like, this game has some pretty ass weapons. That was a one-word modifier as a pretty ass, not it is pretty ass weapons, as in they're terrible. No. They're very, very pretty. Let's see. Rock is there. Cool. And after we go visit Rock, we're gonna turn around and go all the way back to camp. Or we could just sell just enough here to Rock to get through what we need. Oh, sorry. It's Mr. Scavenger.
Good friend is back. A good friend won't make Ruck remember the light. How can Ruck help the friend? Ruck has...
Rock, will you sell some things to me? Just some things I definitely don't care about having, like arrows and shit. Regular leather things. Definitely get rid of. Shield of the Legion I need. I can get rid of that. I can get rid of all the flawed crystals. Ring of Selection. Trash. Darkspawn dagger. Darkspawn. Darkspawn. Short. Sylvan. Alright, that opens up 24 slots. That should be just enough to get us through what we need. Do do boo ba do do ba do 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 ba ba do 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 ba 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 do do ba 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 do do ba 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 do do ba ba ba.
Of course.
Of course. Now I want to go back to the trenches of the dead. You have to have Ogren when you go to the Anvil of the Void. It is required by the game because you need someone to talk with Bronca. There's only one person who can talk with Bronca, and that would be her husband, Ogren. Hey, what up, Cardle?
Well, Grey Warden, I'll give you credit for backbone. You've dug a line through the spawn. Still no sense in your head, but you've got skill.
Tell me more about the Legion of the Dead.
Wondering what your life would be like if you'd stayed in Orzammar? Few others of our kind would have you. We accept anyone, and are revered in advance as heroes.
Oh, we've already heard
and
this.
will die in glorious battle. Even murderers.
Oops.
The Legion know they get their head out of the smoke and accept their fate. Good luck.
Ba da 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 ja dun dun da da dun ja dun dun da dun da dun dun ja dun dun da da dun ja dun dun da da dun 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 da da dun Let's see. I'm actually looking at the modded page for this just to see if I can't find. Is this what I added? Potentially. No, this one's not it. Probably would be easier if I actually bothered to, like, just open up the mod in my folder. Probably is there. But whatever. I'll probably do if I don't find it in like 20 seconds, because there's 177 pages. Fuck it. Alright. Please excuse me as I just potentially even just crash the game when I load it back up here in a second, but whatever. Alright, you. Browse the files, please. Oh god. Ow, my neck. Now I have to play the... Where the hell is it? Here it is. That's where it was. Alright. Blup, 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 blup. Oh, wonderful. Okay, that's what I'll have to do. Blah. Yep. Jun dun 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 dun. Jun dun 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 dun. I got added to CA zip. That's why I can't find it. Alright, what's the file called? Good lord. There's no way in hell I'm gonna find this again. Ugh. No, actually it should be pretty quick. Surprisingly. For once, my laziness might actually be fine. Here it is. Bam, found it. God, I'm so good. Ah, cool. AKA, it's just you unlock them randomly based on bullshit. Cool. I love that. Bro. Whatever. You know, for someone who makes the mod, they should just have a, okay, here's everything you need to know to get your things. Whatever. Like, the Archmage one. Oh, for someone who's mastered every single school. Like, hold on a second. You have to master...
Right ahead.
How did I miss this the first time? 1. 2, how did I not... Whatever. Like, to master that, you need to learn 16, 32, 64. You need 64 levels minimum to learn all of these. And that's not including learning the basics for mages and any class skills. You don't get that much. I'm gonna beat the game around level fucking, like, I don't know. We'll be lucky to hit 30 because there's an achievement for hitting 30. I'm pretty sure I've already tripped this one. Whatever.
Charge.
I don't even know what that does. Whatever. Anyway. I should have everything, right? Helm of the Legion, gloves of the Legion, armor of the Legion, boots of the Legion, shield of the Legion.
All right.
Something's supposed to happen. Now we're a naked dwarf.
And so I shall. Desire. Delighted.
Well, that's not working. Oh well. Is what it is. Not much you can do about it. Alright. Let's go find Paragon Bronca. And we'll have a choice coming up. Honestly, if you think about it, it's not much of a choice. Kind of like siding with the Templars versus the Mages. There's a very obvious choice, and then there's the quote-unquote evil choice. But, I mean, that all depends on your line of thinking and, you know, betterment of the good or yada yada. Alright. The Void Anvil.
If Bronca is anywhere, this has to be it. She will not be unprepared.
Oh, by the way, Ahmad, if you want a nice little spoiler for the Final Fantasy VOD you're going to be watching, we embarrassed the ultimate layer by beating the boss in less than 2 minutes.
What was that?
Let me be blunt with you. After all this time, my tolerance for social graces is fairly limited. That doesn't bother you, I hope.
Well, shave my back and call me an elf. Bronca, by the stone! I barely recognized you.
Ogren. It figures you'd eventually find your way here.
I know,
Hopefully
right?
You can find your way back more easily. And how shall I address you? Hired sword of the latest lordling to come looking for me? Or just the only one who didn't mind Ogren's ale breath?
I 0-starred Arrow Knight.
Woman, you're talking to a
I got
Grey
exactly
Warden.
1 point.
So an important errand boy, then. I suppose something serious has happened. Is Endrin dead? That seems most likely. He was on the old and wheezy side.
He is dead, yes, and the assembly is deadlocked.
Then what is your involvement in this? Why would a surfacer be interested in dwarven politics? You must have a patron. A highly placed patron. And they must want something in particular. Now, what might that be? I don't care if the Assembly puts a drunken monkey on the throne. Because our protector, our great invention, the thing that once made our armies the envy of the world, is lost to the very dark spawn it should be fighting. The Anvil of the Void. The means by which the ancients forged their army of golems and held off the first archdemon ever to rise. It's here, so close I can taste it.
Sounds like you could use some help.
And you assume, after all my efforts, you'll
I'm
be able
sorry
to
to hear
waltz
that.
in and seize the anvil without a hitch? How typically arrogant. The anvil lies on the other side of a gauntlet of traps designed by Caradon himself. My people and I have given body and soul to unlocking its secrets. This is what's important. This has lasting meaning. If I succeed, the Dwarven people benefit. Kings, politics, all that is transitory. I've given up everything and would sacrifice anything to get the Anvil of the Void.
Does that include Hesfist and the others of your house?
Enough questions. If you wish me to get involved with this imbecilic election, I must first have the Anvil. There's only one way out, Warden. Forward. Through Caradon's maze, and out to where the Anvil waits.
What has this place done to you? I remember marrying a girl you could talk to for 1 minute and see her brilliance.
I am your paragon.
I am your paragon. So Branca. Lovely woman. I'm sure. I've been told. By Algren, actually, specifically.
I needed people to test Caradon's traps. There's no way to break through except by trial and take them in. They were all mine, pledged to be my house, and they didn't want to help. They tried to leave me, even my Hespith. But even she couldn't understand that when you reach for greatness, there are sacrifices. As many sacrifices as are needed.
Desire. Delighted.
That's one for me!
She shouldn't have gone. She was pledged to me. She swore she'd do whatever it took to find the Anvil. There was no other choice. Most of them were dying of the taint already. But some of the women were transformed. I knew what they would become. There would be an endless supply, fresh dark spawn to test the traps. They could still serve me. Let me find the Anvil. It was the only way.
She deliberately transformed her people to become brood mothers in order to create endless supplies of darkspawn that she believed she could control into falling into the traps. She basically wiped out her entire clan.
Dismount yourself!
That's what happens when you're crazy, though.
All right. Desire.
I have no idea how they carried on, holding my hand and begging to die. They had pledged me their loyalty. They had no right to fight me. They say your order is renowned for its wits as well as its brawn. Perhaps you'll do better than my poor clansmen. There's something about this place. Makes people despair.
There's something about this place. It makes people despair.
Desire.
Maybe they're despairing because you've literally killed everybody. I would despair if you murdered everyone. But, you know, that's just me. What do I know? It would be in in disrepair? Talks about all these traps and shit. I don't see nothing but dead people.
All right.
Oh, that's some poison bullshit.
Make us breath.
Over here just a tiny bit. Walk right here for a couple seconds. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, can't even go in the doors, which is bullshit. But whatever.
And so I shall.
And so I shall.
Trap right ahead.
Oh, good. Can you disable it?
Trap right ahead. As you like.
She got ooga booga, we like to say in the business.
And so I shall.
It's done. can do this.
You followed me?
Of course. It didn't work.
It didn't work! Well, that's not ominous or anything.
They're all so
Come and get it! Let's end this!
Now, what is that? Now, this...
Yes!
What's this?
Where to?
Come, let's shed some light.
You both are having
Like...
Make them preserve us!
Of course. Like that. Skills.
Let's end this!
Why do they bother?
As you say.
Yes.
Is that all you've got?
I am injured. My,
We have done well!
Okay.
marvelous. Let us be careful.
Shall we go?
I thought I just had to hit each of the faces once. No, I had to hit each faces twice. Alright, we're approaching our decision-making time.
My name is Carradine. Once, longer ago than I care to think, I was a paragon to the Dwarves of Orzammar. If you seek the anvil, then you must care about my story, or be doomed to relive it.
Carradine, as in the Carradine of
Though
Carradine's
I
Cross.
made many things in my time, I rose to fame and earned my status based on a single item, the Anvil of the Void. It allowed me to forge a man of steel or stone as flexible and clever as any soldier. As an army, they were invincible, but I told no one the cost. No mere smith, however skilled, has the power to create life. To make my golems live, I had to take their lives from elsewhere.
Sounds like blood magic, a dangerous route.
The Darkspawn were pressing in. Originally, I only took volunteers, the bravest of souls, willing to trade their very lives for the chance to defend their homeland. But King Valtor became greedy. He began to force men, casteless and criminals, his political enemies. All of them were to be given to the anvil. It took feeling the hammer's blow myself to realize the height of my crimes.
Do you want revenge?
Not revenge. The blow of the hammer opened my eyes. My apprentices knew enough to make me as I am, but not enough to fashion a control rod. I retained my mind. We have remained entombed here ever since, and I have sought a way to destroy the anvil. Alas, I cannot do it myself. No golem can touch it.
No! The anvil is mine! No one will take it from me!
You, please, help me destroy the anvil. Do not let it enslave more souls than it already has.
All right. What do you think? Do we support Bronca and be able to create golems, iron golems, thus basically forcing castless criminals and others be turned into these living enslaved golems, or do we destroy it? There's, of course, the best answer, which is, you know, help Carradine. A doom 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 doom. Alright.
Don't listen! He's been trapped here for 1,000 years, stewing in his own madness. Help me claim the anvil, and you will have an army like you've never seen!
Bronca, you mad, bleeding nugtail! Does this thing mean so much to you that you can't even see what you've lost to get it?
No.
Is this what our empire should look like? A crumbling tunnel filled with darkspawn spume? The anvil will let us take back our glory!
The anvil enslaves living souls. It must be destroyed.
Thank you, stranger. Your compassion shames me.
No! You will not take it! Not while I still live!
Bronca, don't throw your life away for this.
Yeah, that one. We have to destroy the anvil, Bronca.
Just give her the blasted thing. She's confused. Maybe once she calms down, we can talk to her.
She's obsessed beyond redemption.
Bah! You're not the only master smith here, Carradine. Golems, obey me! Attack!
A control room! But, my friend, you must help me. I cannot stop her alone.
You know, for supposedly how powerful these stone golems are, the fact that a group of 4 people and a dog are able to stop all of them? Not looking too good.
Defend yourself! I never liked this part.
I'm sorry, Argrin, I'll give you a bunch of cakes until you like me again. I mean, we did kind of just murder his wife. In fact, he's helping us murder his wife. I'd like to point out.
Listen to me. Another life lost because of my invention. I wish no mention of it had made it into history.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Stupid woman. Always knew the anvil would kill her.
But at least it ends here. I thank you for standing with me, stranger. The anvil waits there for you to shatter it.
For you.
It was good to meet you, Paragon. I intend to ensure that your warnings about the golems are heard by the Circle of Magi.
Is there any boon I can grant you for your aid? A final favor before I am freed from my burden?
Algrid, you lost Bronca to this. What do you want?
Yeah. I don't suppose you can bring Bronca back. Maybe make her a golem like you.
I would not do such a thing to her, even if I could.
Somehow I didn't think so. Well, and I don't want anything that would remind me of this. Best it's just done. There is still the matter of the election. I mean, we still need a Paragon to get the Assembly support, right?
For the aid you've given me, I shall put Hammer to Steel one last
Hammer
time,
to Steel.
and give you a crown for the king of your choice. There, it is done. Give it to whom you will. I do not wish to hear their names, nor anything more of them. I have already lived far beyond my time. I have no place here.
I will destroy the anvil as agreed. Wow, that's all it took was just one regular strike. That was easy.
You have my eternal thanks, stranger. A trust in all Tunsha. May you always find your way in the dark.
I'll give that dive a 2. Liberator!
Delighted.
You see a large stone slab, chipped with age, with a great number of dwarven runes carved on its surface. Let's examine it a little more closely. The writing is in dwarven and it appears to be a long list of names, each with the stamp of their house next to it. You recognize a few of the house's names. At the bottom of the list are the words, "We honor those who have made this sacrifice, that their names be remembered." Carvings are still deep enough that a tracing could be taken, allowing this information to be carried elsewhere. Oh, Gran, what's this? Can you tell?
Names. Long list of dwarves. Wait, hold on. We honor who have made this sacrifice. Let their names be remembered. Fart me a lullaby.
Fart me a lullaby.
Of all the dwarves who became golems. Has to be. If there was some way of getting this back to the Shaper at Orzammar, I bet they'd brown their trousers.
Brown their
Pay good gold for it. Probably both.
Alright. The ancient runes are traced into a stack of papers, which you store in your pack. Excellent.
Well, that pretty much beat the sod out of how I imagined it. You ready to head back yet and share the news? Yeah, those Deshers have been trying to destroy the city for years.
Those Deshers.
Haven't managed yet.
It's nice because we got a quick shortcut straight there. If we hadn't have talked to him, we would have had to walk all the way back to the entrance.
Lords of the Assembly, I call for order. This argument gets us nowhere.
Then why these delaying tactics? I call for a vote right now. My father has one living child to assume the Idukan throne. Who would deny him that?
Your father made me swear on his deathbed you would not succeed him. I apologize for the interruption, Lord Steward, but the Grey Warden has returned. We should let the Warden speak. What news do you bring?
I bring a crown forged by Caradin on the anvil.
Caradin was trapped in the body of a golem. This warden granted him the mercy he sought, releasing him and destroying the Anvil of the Void. Before he died, Caradin forged a crown for Orzammar's next king, chosen by the ancestors themselves.
And we are supposed to trust this? The word of a drunken sot and a Grey Warden known to be in Harrowmont's pocket?
Silence! This crown is of Paragon make, and bears House Ortan's ancient seal. Tell us, Warden, whom did Caradin choose?
Harrowmont.
I appreciate your forthrightness, Warden. You have acted with grace through this entire torturous process.
Let the memories find you worthy. First amidst the lords of the houses, the King of Orzammar.
I will not abide by this!
The ancestors have spoken.
Haramont is your king. Stand behind him.
Would you let a surfacer decide the fate of the dwarves?
Watch out! They brought weapons!
Guards!
Watch out! They brought weapons! Oh, there went his head.
You should run.
I admit I did not think even Balin would defy the word of a paragon, nor that so many would follow him. But most of Orzammar has seen him for what he really is, and I trust we will bring this insurgency under control.
Show them you are a strong king and they will follow.
I prefer to be known as a just and compassionate king. Strong too often comes to mean tyrannical. But I will not leave this uprising unpunished. Those loyal to the throne will begin preparations for a surface mission immediately. Orzammar will fulfill its treaties. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must get to the palace and set our plans in motion.
Our plans in motion. And I must return to my
duties. This is the staff I carried as King Endrin's II. Take it as a reminder of your place in Orzammar. I wish you luck against the Blight Warden. May we foster another 4 centuries of peace.
Your role in this election will long be remembered.
That was easy. Haramont's ally.
All right.
What's on your mind?
Nothing. I accidentally talked to you.
It is no trouble.
Of course.
Just don't walk in my way again, lady. Oh,
the assembly is in recess until King Haramont can address them.
You traitor! I have nothing to say to you. You are no longer my brother.
Oh, good. Key to the city. Oh. I'd like to point out that this is a ring. This key to the city is a ring. If you like it, then you should have put a key on it, I guess.
So, I was thinking, we've come to know each other fairly well during our time in the Deep Roads. You're a bloody, fearsome sort. And me, I'm a warrior without a house to defend. Wandering about killing Darkspawn with a sodding Grey Warden sounds like just the thing to keep me occupied. So what do you say?
I'd be glad to have you with me, Algren.
Glad I am to hear it. You won't regret it. Now, do any of these sad sacks following you around know the first thing about making ale?
Wynn does.
You can stop with the glaring. I'll ask him myself.
You are stone-carved, Warden. I've never seen the like.
You're stone carved.
If I'd heard it secondhand, I'd have called it a sodding lie. Warden, we've got a king because of you. The rest, impressive, but the Legion is grateful most for restored leadership. It frees us to fight to the Darkspawn properly.
Ferelden needs you at your best.
You'll have us. It's time the surfacers saw the good the stone can unleash. Back to Orzammar when we win, though. I'll not stay topside to lose my stone sense.
Ha ha! Alright, we got like 3 things to turn in here. First to Orta.
I started to worry. I didn't know if you were ever coming back. Did you find any records? Any sign of the old Orton Tig?
I have the records right here.
Found them? Let me see. That's my great-grandmother's name. And her husband! Oh, great ancestors, it's them! It's me! I am an Orton. Oh, thank you. I have to take these to the assembly right away. Find me there.
Right away.
Once these are acknowledged, I'll give you any reward.
Any reward? Okay.
Impressive work, Warden. King Haramont's impending coronation has been entered into the memories. Is there something more I can help you with?
I have some tracings you might be interested in.
What's this? A list of names. Most of these clans no longer even exist. Is this authentic?
You bet your hairy arse it is. Taken from a tablet in Caridin's fortress, no less.
Then is it true? The rumors of Caridin's so-called volunteers? Extraordinary! I would love to make a copy of this. The Shaperate has never had much information on Caridin and his golems, much less proof of this magnitude. Warden, I hope this artifact from our archives will suffice as a reward. I must inform the Shaperate at once.
Uh-huh. Yes, and then there's Filda. I have hit level 20!
My name's Orta. After the old Orton house, they gave our seat back. And the records show which houses still owe House Orton money. One day, I will be able to properly thank you for all you've done for me.
Just continue supporting King
I
Harmon.
will. And I don't know what treasure is left. But whatever I get, you can have as much as you want. I'll have to find someone willing to look. Maybe a whole expedition. If the Tig is still there, it must have something. House Orton will not forget this kindness. Didn't that sound official?
Didn't that sound official? Yes.
You traitor! You are...
Okay, fine. Sorry, I can't support a murderer. Lady. Dagger, 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 spears, staff. Bronca's shield.
Delighted.
Can I no longer do this?
I will not forget who won me this throne.
Yep. Guess I have to side with Balin to get this. Or something. Oh well. Shame. Ah well. Oh, hello, Vartag.
Balin will never give up the throne. Guard, attack!
Make a preserver.
Now, let's get some blood. Let's see what your innards look like.
It is done.
I know that look. You have something on...
Nope. Okay.
Oh, how dear of you.
Oh, how dear of me.
Delighted. And so I shall. Desire.
A letter from Nika. Cause that.
Please be quiet. My patient needs a rest. Fools and their politics. The poison was probably imported as a king killer. and she got dosed by mistake. Never seen anything this potent.
Can I help?
Warden, I don't know. Maybe you've seen something like this on the surface. Maybe you've used something like it. If you can chase these things down, I'll thank you. But I won't get my hopes up. The stone will take her soon.
I stand ready.
Master herbalism. Oof.
I'll do it.
I don't even have regular herbalism. No, I do.
Couldn't we all just get along? No?
This is the part I like.
All right.
Yep, nothing happened here. Let's see. Just get the book. Finish Filda. Alright, it's almost lance meat time.
News of the hour. Lord Balin attacks the assembly and is ignominiously slain. Epic fail.
At last we have a king again. I trust that King Harrowmont will do what is best
I
for
see
all.
what sort of company you've taken up.
Boom. Wa-da-dum, wa-da-dum, bum, bum, wa-da-dum.
You've returned. With all the excitement over the new king, I never expected you to remember my poor son. Did you learn anything about my ruck?
I found his remains. He died heroically. long ago.
Oh, my poor boy. I guess I knew, but I just wish I could have seen him one last time. Here, this is my husband's masterwork, the first shield he smithed. I don't have anyone to save it for anymore. I'd like you to have it, for what you risked to bring me this news.
Yep. Goodbye, lady.
Give me a moment.
Sure, take your time.
By the stone. I feel like I'm about to fall off the world with all that sky up there.
I remember that feeling. It passes.
Too bad. It's kind of like being drunk, but so much cheaper. Well, let's get moving.
It's like
We're
being
losing,
drunk.
what you call it?
But free.
Daylight.
Grin, we have walked out multiple times with you in our party.
So I spoke to this hunter the other day, and you know what he says?
The one who talked about all the werewolves?
The very same. Said he saw 'em plain as day. Wonder what he's been drinking.
Saw the hero, Dane, walking beside them too, I expect. With Andraste following behind.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, most likely. Pathfinding, find my path. Okay.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. I'm sure you'll be...
You and your friends are formidable folk. Thank you. One of those. I need a lot more of those. I need 5 of those. Just say 5 of those.
I have a question for it, if it will indulge me.
Oh.
My understanding is that it encountered the smith named Caradin. He who was responsible for the creation of the golems, that he had become a golem himself. What I do not know is what became of him. Why did he not return with it? I would have many questions for him.
I'm so sorry. He killed himself.
He killed himself? Ah, I would doubt it, but no. I see it is telling the truth. May I ask what became of the Anvil of the Void, assuming that it too still existed?
It was destroyed as Caradin wanted.
Then it was no doubt for the best. With Caradin also goes any chance I might have had of finding answers on my past, I assume. Tell me, did it find out anything from Caradin? Anything at all about how I might have been made?
The anvil made golems from living souls.
Meaning that I was once a living creature? That seems highly unlikely, and more than a little insulting. Is it certain?
I'm not trying to insult you, Shale.
Was I forced into this? Or simply glad to abandon a frail body? And more importantly, who was I? I simply must know. I cannot help but believe that answers lie elsewhere in the deep roads. We must look.
Any more specific?
Yes, no, I don't know. If it can search the deep roads, I may remember something. If not, then I will have to wait.
Okay. Auburn.
There you are.
There
Wanted
you
to talk
are.
to you.
What about?
You and I, you know how sometimes you spend time with people and things.
Take your time. What is it?
I was thinking, I do know some people out here on the surface. A person, actually. A girl I knew in Orzammar. Before I left, obviously.
A girl you knew or a girl you
What?
knew?
Oh, you mean where we were running? Oh, aye. After Bronca left for the deep roads. Name's Felsi. She was a fiery one. I'm sure she's forgiven me by now. Thought maybe I'd track her down, see how she's been living.
Do you know how to find her?
Last I heard, she was gonna live with her mother on the surface near some lake. Clean Bad Lake, was it? Yeah, I sod it, I don't remember.
Clean bad? You mean like Callan had?
No, I think it was Clean Bad. I remember because I thought, yeah, that's right. Dirty good, clean bad. Yeah. But thanks for offering to take us there. You're a good friend, Warden. No, what was it you wanted to say?
Can you teach me to fight like you
Want
do?
to be a berserker? Thought I'd never see the day. I'll teach you. Just be ready. To be a berserker, you have to face your own inner rage. Let the spirit of battle take over. And all that dust. There's a whole pile of philosophical rot that goes behind it. But the bedrock is this. Get real mad and kill things.
Oh. Please then teach me.
I can teach you what gets my hackles in a twist. But no one can tell you what'll set off that killing rage in you. Finding that is the key to berserking. Once you got that, I tell you, the ladies love it when you're all mysteriously angry for no reason. Trust me. You're a quick study, Warden. You must have been seriously steamed up about something for a long time.
Alright, bye.
Aye, alright then.
Agrenzo flame. Alright, we need to take Shale.
Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
This team for the moment. So the potion we're going to be making for this, funnily enough, is a potion that can also cure sleep and the paralysis side effect, which is great. Except you cannot drink a potion if you're under the effects of sleep or paralysis. So I don't actually know how it's supposed to be helpful.
Stone preserve King Harriman. I'm
Alright, we need 4 Alfred. 2 Lifestone. I'll just take it all. I don't care. Morgan.
I am listening.
Please make the regicide. Thank you. Okay.
Blast and damnation.
It's like now we say goodbye to you.
All the... Indeed.
News of the hour. Supporters of disgraced Lord Balin.
That.
Any luck, Warden? She doesn't have much time. There's nothing I...
Wait, didn't I make it? Ah.
She'll be up and around in no time, thanks to you.
Cool. She lives!
Of the hour. All hail King Pyral Harrowmont, the worthiest dwarf has ascended.
At least we haven't broken the loading screen yet. I like how the game's like, watch out for foes with colored names. You might need new strategies to defeat these powerful opponents. My strategy is to just hit them harder. Big ol' punchies. Where do I need to go for you, big guy? Companions.
It speaks.
Explore the deep roads.
This place is familiar.
Do you remember something?
I am not certain. There is a place, a cavern that is not far from here. I know where it is. I remember.
We can go there.
Its offer is appreciated. I will mark the location on its map. If we can journey there soon, I am most curious as to what we will find.
So, like, is it in here, or is it like... There it is. The Kadesh Tig. I've never actually done this, so this is new for me. I've never bothered becoming friends with them.
I'm for Darkspawn.
How are we going to bed?
This one feel good. Of course. Delighted. All right.
This is it. Kadash Taig.
How do you know that?
I do not know. It is an odd thing to experience. These ruins are always overrun by vermin. There may be something noteworthy further in, however.
There might be.
Was this the home once? Did I live here?
Defend yourself! Make a preserver!
Desire.
I see nothing. Whatever was once here is gone.
You could have just given up. Desire. Desire.
I'd like to point out that it feels like everyone's always useless when it comes to like them fighting, unless I'm actually joining in.
All is well? On my way. I shall.
It speaks.
I'm here on your behalf, sir. It speaks.
Crawling with filth. Typical.
Filth.
Excellent.
Delighted. Desire. Delighted.
Wow. I predict the game's gonna break very, very soon. Oh no, it looks like it reloaded that, so maybe not.
I suppose that could have been worse. What is this? This I remember.
This I remember.
It has dates and names. This is to honor those who volunteered, those who became golems. And there is my name. Shale of House Kadash. I recognize it. I was not created as I am now. I was once a creature of living flesh. A dwarf and a woman. This is a revelation.
A dwarf and a woman. I'm still stuck in the female dwarf now. The Anvil did use living souls to make golems.
Perhaps. It is one thing to believe, however, and another to know. I will need to think on these things I have learned. Perhaps I will speak to it of them soon. For now, let us carry on as we have.
I got the easily sidetracked achievement. I'm just like, yeah, that makes sense.
Of course.
Let's get out of there. All right.
Pigeon crown.
No.
And so I shall. As you desire.
Got something in my sodded.
What are you? Never mind, I don't want to know.
That's right. Keep your nose up. You know, just because we don't all live in some tower in the clouds doesn't mean we're worthless.
I didn't.
And furthermore, I don't think I appreciate the way you looked at me last night.
The way I... what?
Oh, you remember. Those longing eyes, hungry for a bit of a tussle.
I never looked at you, dwarf. Definitely not in that way.
Oh, you're right. Must have been the dog.
Must have been the dog. I wish you had the ability to just go straight to the world map. Because, like, you're never gonna want to come back here. You have no reason to
be done. What can
come
we do?
back here.
Just keep your head down, that's what. And your wits about you.
Whatever. There we go. Well, let's have an awkward meeting between... well... this guy. Our dog has now peed on that boat. Excellent.
Good to see you again.
Yup, good to see you too, man.
There she is. I'm gonna go talk to her. Look, you gotta back me up here. Got it?
What do you mean, back you
Just
up?
follow my lead, you know?
Go get her.
Just be ready to pry her off when she throws herself at me. We don't want to make a scene here. Well, don't pry her off me too soon. I mean, a little scene's all right. Are you sure you're not a baker? 'Cause you got a sodding nice set of buns.
Akron, is that you?
Yeah, in the flesh, baby.
What are you doing here?
Just trying to kick back with a pint. Fighting Darkspawn's a lot of sodding work, you know?
You're fighting Darkspawn?
This man took on an army of golems almost single-handedly.
It was a bit of pain, but it was a personal favor for the King of Orzammar, you understand?
The whole surface to choose from, and you just happened to come to my tavern?
Well, What? Oh, right. It's fate, Felsi. What can I say?
Fate? The ancestors must have a sense of humor then.
Sure they do. You've had a good look at Lady Helmy, haven't you? If her face isn't a joke the ancestors are playing, I'm a Bronto's behind.
So, Lady Helmy must be a paragon of beauty then.
Tell her you've been thinking about her.
I've been thinking about you, Felsi.
What do you want, Ogren?
Nothing. Just thought I'd see how you were doing is all. Well, maybe that and grease up the Bronto, if you know what I mean.
Well, you've seen me. You'll have to go back to Orzammar for the Bronto.
Well, can't waste time here. Queen's waiting for us.
Oh, the queen needed a new fool, did she?
Oh well, it's been fun, Felsi, but I better go.
Wait, you're leaving? You just got here. I haven't called you a shaft rat yet.
Well, you can't keep the archdemon waiting. You hurt its feelings, it might just turn the whole blight around and go home. Nobody wants that.
Well, you don't need to fight it right now, do you? I mean, you could have a pint first. You could call me a surly Bronto. I could tell you that you smell like nut droppings.
I'll tell you what, I got some things I gotta do, but I'll come back for that pint when things are settled, you frigid deep stalker.
Fine, but you better not keep me waiting, you worthless copper-plated sword cast.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Well, I guess that went well? Question mark?
Come on back sometime, I'll find you the good ale. Well, the brown watery stuff that we call the good ale, anyway.
Questionable, but... That's a floating tree. I'm really good at looking things from angles the devs don't want you to. It happens.
It speaks. It doesn't have better things to do.
So, you're female?
I did not think it needed to be said. It has never told me what gender it is, has it?
Ah, I am male.
Good for it. I am sure that to other creatures as soft and weak as itself, that would be perfectly obvious. The truth is that whatever gender I was is irrelevant now. I am a golem. I have no gender. It will not become an issue.
No, not at all.
Good. Let us leave it at that. Now, let us
crush things with blood.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? I'm sure you'll be...
I still got it.
So what do you... Go get her.
Don't you know anything about women? You gotta make 'em wait. Play hard to get. Might as well rest up while I can. You ready to go?
Yup.
Aye.
Alright. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, this thing's about to crash it. So I'm gonna get ahead of it and crash it. Or, well, quit out of it real fast. So we'll relaunch it in just a second. I also need to look up something real fast. So much crash. Actually, I just saw it's right there. People have been, what with Dragon Age back in the news because of Veilguard coming out in a couple months, people have been getting back on EA about fucking fixing this game. It is basically unplayable without mods because, once again,
As you desire.
there are fan-made mods for fixing crashes, bugs, and just, you know, one of those, just mostly, here's everything to fix everything. Blah, 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 blah. Not to mention that the game just kind of is really poor in some areas that just needs a lot of TLC that...
You are good to your troops, Warden.
You know. Pat our good boy. Hello, Zeveran. I have a gift.
Very nice indeed.
You have excellent... What say you? Oh, this should be good. What would you like to... What say you? By all means. I know little enough of the Dalish other than the fact that my mother was one, or so I was told. She had fallen in love with an elven woodcutter and accompanied him back to the city, leaving her clan behind for good. And there, of course, the woodcutter died of some filthy disease and my mother was forced into prostitution to pay off his debts. Oldest tale in the book.
Was the woodcutter your father?
How should I know? My mother was a whore, as you'll recall. None of the other elven boys in the whorehouse knew their fathers. I was not so unusual. I didn't know my mother either, of course. She died giving birth to me. My first victim, as it were. We were all raised communally by the whores. It was a happy enough existence, ignoring the occasional beating. Until eventually I was sold to the crows. I brought a good price, so I hear.
What's this have to do with Dalish?
My original point is that my mother's Dalish nature was always a point of fascination for me. Through all the years of my crow training, the one thing of my mother's that I possessed was a pair of gloves. They were of Dalish make, I knew that much, and beautiful. We were not allowed such things, of course, and eventually they were found and taken. I'm thankful you found a pair so much like them.
How do you feel about them in general?
I don't feel anything about them. Oh, we heard about them in the city, even deep in Antiva. I even had the notion once to run off and join them. Naturally, the reality did not live up at all to the fantasies I had constructed as a boy, staring at those gloves. But such is life. Come, enough talk of the Dalish. Let us move on.
Yeah, it's enough talk of the Dalish. Move on. Okay.
Yes.
Indeed.
Uh-huh. before we do that, let's take a look at the rest of our things. Don't care about that. Dinner. All of these are things we deal with in dinner room. That's in dinner room. So working on that. Working on that. Working on that. Commander Asturian's secret stash. I'm gonna just Google that, because that's gonna be faster. Ah, that's easy.
And so I shall.
Back to Soldier's Peak. Wait, can I no longer go in? If not, that's sad, because we just lost a chance of getting something. Well, popsicle dicks. Popsicle dicks and hockey sticks. Oh well. Is what it is. Alright, back to Redcliffe.
All right.
All right.
I understand you've acquired all the allies you could. That's good. We can call the Landsmeet if you are ready. I would prefer not giving Loghain time to consider, but it is up to you. I do not wish to go to Denerim unless you are with me. Excellent. I shall make the arrangements. Let us be off to Denerim, and may the Maker watch over us.
And may the Maker watch over to us.
Denerim is the heart and soul of Ferelden. It was the city of King Calenhad, the birthplace of Andraste. As stubborn as a Mabari, and as good to have on your side. If we defeat Loghain here, the rest of the nation will follow us. By calling the Landsmeet, I've struck the first blow. The advantage, for the moment, is ours. He will have little choice but to show himself, to oppose us directly. He will strike back at us. The only question that remains is how soon. Loghain, this is an honor that the Regent would find time to greet me personally.
How could I not welcome a man so important as to call every lord in Ferelden away from his estates, while a blight claws at our land?
The blight is why I'm here. With Cailan dead, Ferelden must have a king to lead it against the Darkspawn.
Ferelden has a strong leader. Its queen. And I lead her armies.
Considering Ostagar, perhaps we need a better general.
Ah, the Grey Warden recruit. I thought we might meet again. You have my sympathies on what happened to your order. It is unfortunate that they chose to turn against Ferelden.
I don't accept the sympathies of deserters and regicides.
You should curb your tongue. This is my city, and no safe place to speak treason. For anyone. There is talk that your illness left you feeble, Eamon. Some worry that you may no longer be fit to advise Ferelden.
Illness? Why not call your poison by its true name? Not everyone at the Landsmeet will cast aside their loyalties as easily as you and these sycophants.
How long you've been gone from court, Eamon? Don't you recognize Rendon Howe, Arl of Amaranthine, and Terran of Highever?
And current Arl of Denerim, since Urien's unfortunate fate at Ostagar. The Regent has been generous to those who prove loyal.
Loyal. Bootlicking appears to be profitable these days.
Don't interrupt, Churl. Your betters are talking.
Enough, Carthrian. This is not the time or place. I had hoped to talk you down from this rash course, Eamon. Our people are frightened. Our king is dead. Our land is under siege. We must be united now if we are to endure this crisis. Your own sister, Queen Rowan, fought tirelessly to see Ferelden restored. Would you see her work destroyed? You divide our nation and weaken our efforts against the Blight, with your selfish ambitions to the throne.
You're the one who divided Ferelden.
I was not talking to you.
I cannot forgive what you've done, Loghain. Perhaps the Maker can, but not I. Our people deserve a king of the Theron bloodline. Alistair will be the one to lead us to victory in this blight.
The Emperor of Orlais also thought I could not bring him down. Expect no more mercy than I showed him. There is nothing I would not do for my homeland.
He angry.
Well, that was bracing. I didn't expect Loghain to show himself quite so soon.
Been known Loghain a long time.
My sister married King Merrick while he was still in exile. At that time, he and Loghain were inseparable. The wild prince who'd never seen the inside of a castle, and the farmer's son. When Loghain joined Merrick's rebels, he was just a raw-boned boy, but he got on one knee to swear that he would see Ferelden free or die trying.
And now he kills Merrick's son and steals his throne.
And conspires with a blood mage to poison me. It is a bitter dose to taste. The Chantry speaks truly about the corruption of power. If a man like Loghain could go and do this, I would never have believed he would do anything but what was best for Ferelden. We need eyes and ears in the city. Loghain has been here for months. The roots of all his schemes must begin here. The sooner we find them, the better we can turn them to our advantage. Go have a look around, and see what you can turn up. Better yet, find the nobles who have arrived for the Landsmeet. Test the waters. See how many will support us. When you're ready to talk strategy, come upstairs to my sitting room. We can lay out our plans for the Landsmeet
Come
then.
to my sitting room.
Everything in here appears to be breakable. It seems most impractical.
Most impractical. Yes. One would imagine that that is what you would think. Ogren, Zephyrin, Liliana, Win.
This is a nice estate, isn't it? What's on your mind?
It is a nice estate.
It is no trouble.
No trouble, she says.
I hope all the accommodations are to your liking, Warden. Please let me know if anything is troubling you.
This is a nice change from having to... I know that look. You have something on your mind.
You know, I could get to like this. The last time I came to Denerim, I stayed at an inn so filthy the bed bugs had fleas.
The bed bugs had fleas. Positively filthy.
Here, Corella.
So
Taste
I
this.
shall.
Tell me if it's in need of any more
Delighted.
spice.
Cat. Cat.
Dinner's not ready yet, and don't ask. It'll be...
Right here, old pal.
Still upset about Bronca, aren't you?
Well, what do you think? I mean, she was my wife. I spent 2 years trying to save her while she was off boffing that tramp and feeding my cousins to the Darkspawn. Now she's dead, and there's no way to ever make things better.
Maybe finding this Felsi will help.
I guess I could use a bit of the old mortar and pestle if you're digging my trench.
Tumble would probably do you some good.
Yeah, you said it. I was starting to think of my pants as a home away from home. You want to get moving now?
He's so crass. It is amusing.
Excuse me, I have to dust the Earl's sitting room.
Are you from Denver?
No, I'm from Redcliffe. Lady Isolde brought me here to be her chambermaid last spring. I've family here, though. I beg your pardon, sir.
Dog.
All right.
He's a happy boy.
This is not as defensible as I would like, but it will do. What is your wish, Kadan? As you would.
What do you mean it's not as defensible? It's a pretty defensible location.
If one more servant asks if I would like a change of clothes, I will set the house on fire. Your desire?
I will set this house on fire.
So, full of questions, are you? I cannot teach you, no, but any other may send whoever.
Yay! Now anyone can become a shapeshifter.
If one, your desire. So, full of questions, are you? You are very cute to ask so many questions.
So many. And you're cute when you are evasive.
Really? Perhaps we should be wrapped in ribbons and adorned with flowers. So cute are we, too. My mother has been hunted from time to time, yes, by Templar fools like Alistair, which should tell you how successful they generally were. Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact. The Templars would come again, and she would look at me and smile and say that the fun was to begin once more.
You really had no trouble with them?
I am unsure. I was too young to understand, and perhaps 'twas bravado on Flemeth's part, or perhaps she was merely amused. I will never know. Flemeth would warn them, once. 'Twas a warning they inevitably failed to heed. And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. A little girl to scream and run and lure the Templars deeper into the wilds and to their doom.
Surely more would have followed.
Sometimes. Eventually. Thankfully, the wilds is a vast place. Once they found us, Flemeth would simply move us elsewhere, and we would be lost within the forest once again. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates or maleficarum.
Do you still think that was fun?
I think that my mother made it fun so that a child did not learn to fear. And I think that it was necessary. There are no trials for apostates, no prisons, no mercy. There are only absolutes, so only survival matters. If the wilds have taught me anything, 'tis this. First, you must survive. Do you disagree?
There are worse things than
Oh?
that.
I would ask what exactly, but I'm certain that would be a lengthy conversation, and suddenly I grow very weary. Enough of this talk. Let us return to the task at hand.
Enough of this talk. Morrigan.
Your desire? So, full of questions. Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
You can probe me anytime.
Beg pardon then while I jump for joy. What is it you asked if I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
You remained unnoticed.
For the most part. Flemeth taught me well. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
Very daring. Sounds just like you.
Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be traveling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped, and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
What happened to the poor man? That was quick
Men
thinking.
are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive. I played the weakling and battered my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play. The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
I have no idea. I'm not a
Do
human.
not speak to me of trivialities. Your culture is not so entirely different. There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes. How to eat at a table. How to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
I'm glad it worked out this way.
Yes? Let's ignore the entire Darkspawn threat and the presence of a simpleton as your only other Grey Warden ally, then. Not that I lack appreciation for the intent of your comment. Thank you. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
Man, she really hates small
If one
talk.
more servant your desire? We are hardly alone, so privacy is not an option. It is your question, however. Ask what you will.
A kiss.
And you wish to do this in front of an audience, do you?
It's a dog
Think of
instead.
it, I find myself no longer caring.
A grimace on her face is hilarious every time. Ta-da! Now she is merged with Lucian. It's Arl Eamon. This is Isolde's room. Can't even unlock this.
Of course.
I can break it though. That's the same as unlocking it, right?
Ah, Warden. I trust you've made yourself comfortable.
Yes, very nice.
Good, because it's likely to be your last rest for a while. This is Elena. She's...
I am Queen Enora's handmaiden. She sent me here to ask for your help.
Or perhaps the young lady prefers to speak for herself.
Why would Enora ask us for help?
The Queen. She is in a difficult position. She loved her husband, no? And trusted her father to protect him. When he returns with no king and only dark rumors, what is she to think? She worries, no? But when she tries to speak with him, he does not answer. He tells her not to trouble herself.
Are you saying the Queen believes Loghain killed
My
Daemon?
Queen suspects she cannot trust her father. And Loghain, he is very subtle, no? But when and how, he is privy to all the secrets and not so subtle. So she goes to how? A visit from the Queen to the new Isle of Denrum is only a matter of courtesy. And she demands answers.
I guess that didn't go
He
well.
calls her every sort of name, traitor being the kindest, and locks her in a guest room.
Loghain would allow that.
King Kellen was like a son to him, and Loghain left him to die. Does he love Enora more? Who can say? I think her life is in danger. I heard how say she would be a greater ally dead than alive, especially if her death could be blamed on Arl Eamon.
Would Loghain kill his own daughter just to frame Eamon?
We may have no choice but to trust Enora. The Queen is well loved. If Loghain succeeded in pinning her death on me, I'm not sure that's a risk we can afford to take.
Why should we trust her? This could be all a setup.
I fear if this is a trap, we are already caught in it. They can kill Enora whether or not we act, and blame her death on us. Few would believe our word over Loghain's. We can only defend ourselves with the Queen in hand.
What do you
I have some
propose to do?
uniforms. I'll hire so many new guards every day. A few more will not cause much stir. I will
Much
show you to the
stir.
servants' entrance. We must slip in and out with my queen before anyone is the wiser. I will go ahead to House Estate. Meet me there as soon as you can.
As soon as you can.
Delighted.
I haven't been here in a while. They've changed the dining room. Ask away.
Change the dining room.
Of course.
What changes about you after the joining?
You mean other than becoming a Grey Warden?
I mean physically.
You know, I asked Duncan this too, and all I got was, "You'll see."
Just try that light on me. Seems rather cruel.
Oh, it's not that Duncan wants to keep it a secret. It's just that the Grey Wardens don't discuss it much. I gather it's not a pleasant topic. The first change I noticed was an increase in appetite. I used to get up in the middle of the night and raid the castle larder. I thought I was starving. I'd slurp down every dinner like it was my last. My face all covered in gravy. When I'd look up, the other Grey Wardens would stare, then laugh themselves to tears.
I haven't felt anything like that.
Really? I saw you eating dinner the other day. Savage.
Savage. Yes, well.
Ah, yes, the classy camaraderie of two men traveling out in the open. I take it you were like this before the joining, then. Oh, and then there were the nightmares. Duncan said it was part of how we sense the Darkspawn. We tap into their, well, I don't know what you call it, their group mind. And when we sleep, it's even worse. You learn to block it out after a while, but at first it's hard. It's supposed to be worse for those who join during a blight. How is it for you?
I've had some strange
Some
dreams.
people never have much trouble, but that's rare. Others have trouble sleeping their entire life. They're just more sensitive, I suppose.
More sensitive.
Everyone ends up the same, though. Once you reach a certain age, the real nightmares come. That's how a Grey Warden knows his time has come.
What are you talking about?
Oh, that's right. We never had time to tell you that part, did we? Well, in addition to all the other wonderful things about being a Grey Warden, you don't need to worry about dying from old age. You've got 30 years to live. Give or take.
You've got
The
30
taint,
years.
It's a death sentence. Ultimately, your body won't be able to take it. When the time comes, most Grey Wardens go to Orzammar and die in battle rather than waiting. It's tradition.
Why Orzammar?
You'll always find Darkspawn down where the Dwarves are. The oldest Grey Wardens head to the deep roads for one last glorious battle. Not that there's a shortage of Darkspawn during a blight, but that's the tradition. The Dwarves respect us for it. And you wondered why we kept the joining a secret from the new recruits. There you have it.
I never wondered that. I understand.
You know, Duncan, he started having the nightmares again. He told me that in private. He said it wouldn't be long before he'd go to Orzammar himself. I guess he got what he wanted. I just wish it had been something worthy of him.
He will be remembered.
Ending the blight should make this all worthwhile, right?
Sure.
Desire.
Open Sesame! Good lord, man. What is that posture? Straight up and a little
I'm
forward?
glad you decided to help. With Anora's knowledge, we have a far better chance against Loghain.
I don't trust this.
She's
guy.
obviously more than a maidservant, but I imagine it's useful for Anora to... And consider what aid she and the Queen might be to us. Someone with a true understanding of Loghain's plans and allies. With her guidance, we can form a far more successful strategy against him.
But if I break in, can't they frame me for her murder?
No more easily than without you there. There will be none to see it, save those who are already loyal to Loghain. And given your reputation, Warden, I think Loghain knows it's safer to carry out his plots far from where you can disrupt them. She and Kaelin were promised as children and practically raised together. She was a smart child, knew how to listen, and how to blink those big blue eyes and get anything she wanted. Her mother's looks, her father's brains, and the best tutoring Merrick's money could buy. It's a potent combination. From Alina's story, he turned against her first. If he truly intends to sacrifice her, I think it will be strong motivation to break the parental bonds. In any event, I would far rather have the opportunity to ask such things of her than simply hear about her murder. If Anora speaks out against Loghain, hers would indeed, as you...
Zip. Zip. Zip.
All right.
So many chamber pots to clean. Oh. If they keep tracking mud up here, it's going to take a month to get it all out.
Yes.
Indeed.
Delighted.
You're being very foolish. Why would Loghain leave half our own army to die when a blight threatens? I take him at his word. The battle could not be won.
Even you must admit there's a suspicious rash of mortality among the advisors to the crown. Bryce, Urien, Eamon.
Eamon's not dead, more's the pity.
The only thing that truly worries me is Eamon's notion of putting this bastard on Marik's throne. It's an ill precedent.
True. I would rather see Honora keep the throne myself. Better it passes to the McTeer line than to some by-blow.
Wonderful. Another one. I suppose you're here to ask for a donation too. Boy, take your petition to the Darkspawn if it's so important to you. They hold my Arling now. I hear they're charitable folk.
I didn't know the West Seals had fallen. I'm sorry.
Well, I can see how you might miss it. All of southern Ferelden covered by black clouds. The ground rotting beneath your feet. Plagues and Darkspawn raids going on until even the crows get sick of the smell of carrion. What's a little trifle like that when compared to the important troubles here in Denerim? There's no point talking about it. Leave me. I've nothing for you anyway. There's nothing more to say. Pester someone else.
Did you see Wolf's face when he arrived? I heard West Hills has fallen to Darkspawn.
Your lands are in the south. Surely you've seen the Blight yourself.
Hardly. You know very well I've been in Denerim these past 2 years. Rosalind's health requires us to be in town, you understand.
Yes, I had heard that.
Be gone. I've important matters to discuss.
I have no time to deal with supplicants.
What can I get you, stranger?
I finished a favor, sir.
What can I get you, stranger?
What do you suppose Eamon is playing at? Surely he doesn't expect us to believe Honora unfit to rule, with her father to advise her.
I wonder that myself. His timing is unfortunate. South Reach is overrun. I've little time to devote to politics at present.
Overrun? Has the blight truly spread so far?
Most of my freeholders have fled to Redcliffe and Lothering, but I doubt they'll be safe there for long.
Maker's breath. Bryland, I had no idea.
Be careful how loudly you speak of it. Wolf lost both his boys to Darkspawn, trying to evacuate West Hills.
Lady Andraste, pray for us. I'm sorry. I'm busy at the moment.
You'll have to excuse me. I'm engaged at present.
Engaged at present.
If I... You've been busy traveling all over, and such tragic news you keep bringing. I was wondering if you'd check up on one more person. I'm sure you'll find this scroll quite interesting.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Yep, there we go.
Maker's blessings upon you, Warden.
Thank you.
Welcome to the wonders of Thedas.
Of Thedas.
I knew this was coming. Spent...
Poor man fell into the fire. At least the cremation was free. I don't even know who I just executed that person for. Frickin' lol. Who knows?
Welcome back. In times like these, you... Wait. Ogren? Is that you?
You messed up your sales pitch, Gorham. You were just getting to the good part, too. See, this is why warriors make bad merchants.
You know each other?
Oh, we go way back. He threw me out of the palace at least a dozen times for calling Endrin a nuglicker.
What are you doing here?
I'm fighting. It's what warriors do. But don't let me distract you from hawking your junk.
You're fighting? What army would have you?
The Grey Wardens needed someone with my skills to handle this blight.
Huh. And I've got a tower in Orzammar to sell you. Speaking of which, I have dwarven steel for sale. Every piece.
I will buy that for the last part of the game. We are getting towards... Hello, Slim Shady.
Good to see you, Warden. Fighting the good fight, eh?
Got him off for me.
One more swipe, and no one will ever forget it. I guarantee you'll love it. 6 sovereigns. 10 Loghain is out in the field. I figure you'd like to get back at him, right? Word is that his seneschal has been getting the Tern's crown all nice and sparkly for the landsmeet. The seneschal is taking a bit of a rest at the Nord Noble Tavern. He won't be there long. He has a heavy guard, but if you can make off with the tyrant's own crown, think of the embarrassment. That's all I know. I hope it's enough. You're back, eh? No luck yet, eh? Keep trying. I'm following up a lead in the Palace District, if it all works out.
Ah, so stealing a crown, eh? I like it. Oops.
Nobody goes in the room by authority of Tern Loghain.
Sorry to bother you, sir.
No bother.
How can I help you, love?
Grab all the waitresses Loghain's men need to be pampered.
And why should I do that? Who are you? I'll do what I can. But I'm a waitress, not some gutter snipe whore. Ladies, we've got a job to do. Good morrow to you, love. We're here to make sure your needs are being met.
No one is supposed...
We've brought drinks.
Well, perhaps one. Hey, you...
Just cleaning tables, my lord.
What?
So are you going to join me in a drink or not?
You, just be quick about it.
Beep bop boop. Ha ha. Stole your crown, bitch. Beep bop boop. Didn't even show a crown. Worth 48. We paid 9 for that. Nice.
You're back, eh? The Tern's crown. Oh, that's rich. You have to admit, that was worth every copper you paid me, eh? They're calling you the Dark Wolf. What do you think of that? Too bad no one can know. You could get a lot of action. There's nothing more I can offer you like that. Anything else you fancy?
No.
There's no way you can top that last heist, Wolf. You're a legend. I'm more of a man on a mission type. Chit-chat's boring if you ask me. I have one last job. A legendary one. Oh, a paltry 10 sovereigns. Van Fanderel is one of the richest men in the entire kingdom. At his grand ball next week, he's displaying some of his priceless treasures.
Priceless.
Paintings of old masters, the armaments of the first king of Denerim, and more. Oh, more. Mages have put up magical wards, but I've got a route that will bypass that. Once inside, I've no idea how you'll deal with the guards, but if you do, you'll be rich and infamous. I can't wait to see what people say.
Oof. Got a couple of places to go for that. But that's fine though. We don't want to go here because that's the last place to go. And crash. Wonderful. What is with Denerim being the worst luck for me? I just crashed in Denerim, which is great because guess where the last part of the game is. Denerim. Oh, wait. Oh. That's wonderful. We're gonna play this game again. Fucking crashing on me, you son of a bitch. And worst case, we've got like a 19-minute difference. Why? Okay, now you work, whatever.
Of course.
How can I help you, love? And why should I do that? I'll do what I can. But I'm a waitress, not some gut lady. Good morrow to you, love. We're here to make sure your needs are being met.
No one. Hey, you. What? You...
All is well?
Got him.
there's nothing more I can offer you like that. Anything else? I have one last job. Mages have put up magical walls, but once inside, I can't...
Oof, we escaped the terror that is dinner room. The terror that is Denerim?
Delighted. All right.
Yep. Do this one. Skinny Frank. Ah, there you are.
They're from the guild. I know that's the one they hired. Stop them!
I will fight if I
Easy. So we should, fingers crossed, should finish we should finish Dragon Age Origins base tomorrow. We still have the Awakening DLC to do,
Fight the blight one at a time.
which does tie into the rest of the games and shit, so... It's a fairly full addition too.
Poor bastard. Watch
It does also introduce you to a couple of characters that are coming in it too, surprisingly.
Defend yourself.
Lord, knock.
Orzammar has heard your call. We march for you, one.
Thank you. that didn't help me. Okay. He could be hiding. We have to find a dead drop?
You could show me a little appreciation, you know.
Appreciation? For what?
I saved your ass a while back. When that thing was... You don't even remember.
Oh, I'm sorry,
No, that's fine. Next time I'll just let it get you, that's all.
Harrowmont! Of fools! Only Balin can move us forward!
Alright. What's this?
That's how it is then. I'll try to be merciful.
let us end this.
Make him be praised.
All right.
Nothing in here. The guy could also be at the Frostback Mountains. No, they said he was in Orzammar, so... They just didn't say where.
Of course.
News of the hour. Lord Harrowmont victorious. Lord Balin pathetic and dead. A good day.
So Harrowmont managed to snatch the throne after all. And I hear we have you to thank.
And so I shall.
It's a shame I can't go in there. I mean, I got 2 more places to guess where the guy is, so... And the drop.
News of the hour. Harrowmont is king. What more need be said?
First guess is the Hall of Heroes. And second guess it'd be right outside.
So, you're not tossing yourself at the boss?
What?
Seems like every other woman in this band is tossing herself at the boss feet first. It's like a sodding noble's birthday party around here.
Oh no, the Grey Warden is a little young for me. Both of them are.
Need someone with a little more experience, I guess. Right?
I suppose.
Well, you know where to find me.
Good lord. He is... Okay, they were both out here. Fuck me, I guess. Said Orzammar, not freaking...
Been out to the market. It's not much to be had.
This about the guild? I swear, I didn't tell them anything. I just took the sovereigns.
Nice. Alright then. I guess we can call that there and continue tomorrow with some more Dragon Age Origins. So, anyway. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And until the next time, everybody, stay funky, people.